Kitten Marlowe presents Hemlock High is sponsored by Monster Hearts. Welcome to Drowned Lake. This upcoming video game is a queer horror deck-building spin-off of the critically acclaimed TTRPG we're currently playing.
Play as an angsty teen monster in a creepy coming-of-age story full of dating, breaking up, making friends, and forging enemies. You'll balance the rigors of high school with solving supernatural mysteries, a suspicious death, and embracing the growing power of your monstrous side.
Check out Monster Hearts Welcome to Drowned Lake on Steam, where you can play the free demo and wishlist the game, or check out their Backer Kit campaign and help bring this video game to life, or unlife, if you will. Talbot Falls, Washington. They'll tell you autumn is the best time of year here. Crisp air, burning leaves, fog rolling in just thick enough to make everything look a little softer than it really is. That's the trick. In this town, things are always better from a distance. At Hemlock High, fall means tradition. This week, the whole town's gearing up for the biggest game of the season, homecoming. Bonfires, cheap beer, bad decisions, the usual. Friday night football under two bright lights, a dance just around the corner, low lights, loud music, and 100 bad decisions waiting to happen. This year, it all lands on the same night. Game, dance, full moon. Funny how that works out. Everyone's got a secret in a school like this. Some people are just better at hiding it than others. There's the golden boy on the field, fast, hungry, and just a little too good under pressure. There's the girl who lingers where she shouldn't, clinging to memories that won't stay buried. There's the one behind the camera, capturing perfect smiles and keeping pieces of people they don't even realize they've lost. And then there's the new kid, who everyone's already watching. At Hemlock High, everyone wants the same thing: to be seen, to be wanted, to be chosen. And if you lose a piece of yourself along the way, well, that's just part of growing up, right? Because beneath the lights and the noise, something is waiting. And before that last whistle blows, before the last song plays, it's going to ask you who you really are. Welcome to Hemlock High.
I can't fight this skin I'm in. I want to be seen and chosen. I keep always running away from my darkest self. Full moon glowing up above. Those two bright lights won't stay buried. Memories that I bet out from a distance. I can't wait to graduate. Maybe I won't hide, but in the meantime, show me what's inside.
Welcome, monsters, to Kitten Marlowe, Hemlock High, a actual play TTRPG of Monster Hearts. I am Kim Dalton, the co-founder of Kitten Marlowe and your GM and host for today, pronouns she, her. I love this game because I'm a messy bitch who loves drama. And I am joined around the table by some of just the best people on the planet. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Cassandra Parker. You can call me Cass, and my pronouns are she, they.
My name is Janaya Jones, also known as Jay, and my pronouns are she, they.
Howdy, howdy. I'm Madeleine Heil, she, they. Happy to just fuck shit up with y'all.
And I am Percy Davis, fellow messy bitch. My pronouns are he, him, and messy.
Clock it. Thank you.
Heard, recognized.
Just a cadre of she-theys and then a man.
Yeah,
And then a man.
I'm sorry for everyone. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
It's not a sorry. This is just a regular occurrence that happens.
But it's more along the lines of the verbal flashbang that I gave everybody that's listening. It's like, oh, wonderful. Oh, a man.
A man. Oh, a man.
I can't listen to this.
I'm turning it off. It's not gay enough.
Just wait. So, Monster Hearts is a Powered by the Apocalypse TTRPG by Avery Alder that explores the messy lives of teenage monsters. Or rather, teenagers who are secretly monsters. It explores the terror and confusion of having a body that is changing without your permission. And what I like in this is that the monstrosity of these characters is literal. Like, they are vampires, werewolves, witches, etc., but their monstrosity is also allegorical, standing in for common teenage experiences. To my knowledge, this is everyone at the table's first time playing Monster Hearts, right?
Yes.
Welcome, virgins.
Whoa! I didn't know it was a Rocky Horror.
I have a son.
It should be very fun. It is basically Riverdale meets Twilight, meets The Craft, meets Ginger Snaps, meets everything I love in this world. It's very gay, which is also stuff that I love. This is also a game, to borrow a phrase from Degrassi, one of my personal favorite teen dramas. It goes there. Monster Hearts is a game that regularly engages with content such as partying, drug use, alcohol use between teenagers, sexual content between consenting teenagers, addiction, bullying, violence, emotional denial, abuse, puberty, changing bodies, teenage desperation, victimhood, body horror, and monstrosity. So please listen with care. We will have content warnings in the show notes of every episode. Travel with me, if you will, to the halls of Hemlock High. All around there are posters denoting that this is Spirit Week, the week leading up to the homecoming football game and homecoming dance. There are flyers reminding you to vote for homecoming court. A bronze statue of a merman emerging from a waterfall, your mascot, the Triton. And we zero in on a homeroom class. Players, who among you do you think got here early?
Oh, I did.
Cass, could you describe your character, please?
I am playing Valley McAllister. Her pronouns are she, her. Valley is the kind of girl people trust before they realize they've made the decision. She stands at 5'5", slight without being fragile. Her posture just a little too perfect to be natural, like she's always aware of being watched, even when she isn't. Her skin is pale in a way that doesn't quite read as delicate, more like something carefully preserved. Dark hair falls straight past her shoulders, almost severe against the softness of her features. A delicate gold cross always hangs gently around her neck. There's something striking about her, though no one ever agrees on what it is. The playbook that I am playing is The Ghost. You used to have a future. Growing up was a painful tumult at times, but at least you were growing. Now you only have a past, unfinished business to take care of before you can leave this world behind. Life is precious. You understand that now that you've lost yours. You just want to help. You just want to be seen. But sometimes, even the simplest desires feel so difficult to grasp. Ghosty ghost, you're dead.
Yeah, Valley, I think you're lingering in this homeroom 20 minutes before school starts.
Oh, absolutely.
Nerd.
Valley is absolutely very type A. Her parents have conditioned her to be the type of person that is always at least 15 minutes early, because 15 minutes early is on time is late is unacceptable. It's just sitting at her desk, very quietly, unnaturally still, and just waiting for other people to show up.
The first person in the room is your teacher, Mrs. Merkel, and she sets up for a full 10 minutes before looking up and says, Valley, sorry, I didn't see you there.
Good morning, Mrs. Merkel. I hope you had a nice night.
Students start filtering in. Who among you is the next to arrive?
Definitely me. I think I'm probably the first of the next group of students filtering in at an appropriate time. Maybe like 5 minutes.
Wow, fuck me, I guess.
I can definitely see you leading either purposefully or unknowingly like a group of students into this classroom. Madeleine, could you describe your character?
Absolutely. I will be playing Sable Finch. She, they. Sable is short, unassuming. She has shoulder-length brown hair that's just long enough to put into a low ponytail and no longer. She has a hidden pink strip of hair that definitely goes against dress code, but no one knows it's there, so why report it? She has little moon and star patches that she's put on her skirt as repairs so they can't get flagged as being against the school uniform, because then they'd have to buy her a new one, and no one's going to do that. Sable is a witch. In every lock of hair, every furtive glance, every secret note that transfers hands during history class, there is an invitation to be fucked with. Not that witchcraft is about fucking with others exactly, but it's hard not to notice how utterly malleable the world is once you know a thing or two about magic. Of course, a good witch like you knows restraint. A good witch turns a blind eye to all those invitations and doesn't think about how sweet vengeance and control might be. A good witch is above that sort of thing, at least most of the time.
Sable, as you enter, you are flanked like a half a step behind by your friend, Priya.
Mm-hmm.
I say your friend. She thinks you're friends.
Yeah.
She is currently auditioning for the role of your best friend.
She's doing great. High marks so far. We'll see how far she gets. There's a lot of year left.
So, Spirit Week. A big week for the yearbook. Any plans?
I know we should probably go together to the game and then homecoming, but I think it might be best if we're apart for those two events. Maybe I'll get another second shooter.
Oh, I've really been practicing though. Were my last few pictures not good enough?
No, they were great. They were great. It's just there's a lot going on and I don't want to spread ourselves too thin and avoid good coverage at both events. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure, Sable. That's was it something that I did?
No, you're doing everything so well, Priya. Your last round of edited shots that you sent me were very well edited.
I wasn't sure if we were going to be rolling moves just yet. But
I know.
This feels like a shut someone down.
Yeah.
Whoa, this is wild.
Yeah.
Oh my God, poor Priya. Oh.
Dude, Priya's losing it. Like, Priya is absolutely about to go cry in a bathroom somewhere.
We'll see. Let's read the move. So, in Monster Hearts, whenever we make a roll, we roll 2d6 plus one of our relevant stats. The characters in Monster Hearts have 4 stats. They are hot, cold, volatile, and dark. A result of a 6 or below is a failure. The players mark experience, and usually something goes wrong. A 7 to 9 is a partial success. You get what you want generally, but I usually introduce a complication, and a 10 or above is a full success. Shut someone down reads as follows. When you shut someone down, roll with cold. On a 10 plus, choose 1 from below. On a 7 to 9, choose 1 from below, but you come across poorly and they give you a condition in return. Your options are they lose a string on you. We'll talk about what strings are a little later. If they have no strings on you, gain 1 on them. They gain a condition or you take +1 forward. Sable, go ahead and roll 2d6 plus cold.
That's an 8.
All right, Sable. So on a 7 to 9, choose one of these options.
I'm going to give her a condition.
Oh, fantastic. All right. What is the condition that you want to give Priya?
Frazzled.
Let's talk about conditions in this game. So conditions, if you've been listening to Shadows in the Smoke, our previous show, that terminology should sound familiar. That's not a coincidence. Monster Hearts is kind of like one of the ancestors of the system that would eventually become the Between. Conditions are labels. And if you take advantage of someone's condition, you can add a +1 to your roll against them. A condition goes away when the character suffering it takes appropriate action to alleviate it. So, Sable, on a 7 to 9, you also get a condition. I'm going to give you the condition bitch.
Yay! We are messy bitches officially.
I love this game so much.
I was like, how long until we get the bitch condition? And here we are.
I haven't even sat down.
Oh, here we fucking are, you guys.
It feels earned.
Yeah, she had a bad morning.
That coffee has not kicked in yet.
Priya nods. She is smoothing her hair behind her ear, trying very desperately to save face. All right. Well, I wish you had told me earlier before I had already bought tickets to the football game. We were sitting together, but that's okay. I can make different plans. You're so correct, Sable. So correct, as always. And she goes to sit at her desk.
I go to sit next to her because that's unfortunately where I have to sit.
Oh my God, right. You do sit next to each other.
Yeah, but it's cool. This is just another day in the life of Priya and Sable.
This is hurting me so much already.
Oh my gosh.
They have beautiful moments. This is not one of them.
Lingering 2 steps behind you and Priya is a girl who looks somewhat similar to Priya. They get confused a lot. Sable, you confuse them a lot. This is your former bestie, Nagi, and she watches this interaction with this girl who she considers to be her replacement and smiles a bit to herself, looks a little pleased, and then goes to sit at her desk, which is behind you, and just starts staring longingly at the back of your head.
Yeah, I catch it. A little head nod, and then I put my leg up on the side of the desk bar. Very bisexual coded sitting.
Oh my.
Fantastic. I think next to enter is quite a boisterous group of football players led by Percy. Could you introduce your character?
I actually believe you nailed it with how rowdy it is. And I think you hear, no, I got it. And everyone hears a loud thudding crash as this mammoth of a young man goes barreling into the open door of the homeroom and knocks it off the hinges.
Oh, no.
This gentleman is massive, about 6'6", probably 300 plus pounds. His uniform is so baggy because there's nothing that seems to fit him year after year as he only seems to continue growing. He has dark skin and a well-maintained short amount of hair on his head. And he looks up with kind of beady eyes, but a wide grin as he is holding a football that was thrown down the hall and holds it up to show that he indeed did catch it. We would be looking at Yakubu Anonsi, pronouns he, him. And Yakubu is using the werewolf playbook. And that reads, everyone around you seems so willing to play the roles they are handed, to quietly color within the lines. They've been tamed, domesticated. You're of a different stock. You've broken down the fence built to contain you. You've howled at the moon and heard it howl back. Now, the transformation is complete. This is what you were always meant to be. Wild, unwavering, alive. And I think you watch as like he's holding the ball up and he's like, no, I told you, I'm coming for the wide receiver position. I don't care. I'm going to be the biggest one out there. And he's laying on the door.
Yakubu, one of your fellow football players, Jackson, is like pulling you off of the door quite roughly, trying to get an arm around your head very hard. You are 6 inches taller than this other young man. Nice, man.
Nah, you saw that, right? Like, I got some... Oh, and he finally looks down at the door. And he'll like look into the homeroom and he'll hand the ball to Jackson. Now, Jackson, that ain't cool, man. That ain't cool to knock stuff over. You're in homeroom. Man, and he like shoves him way too hard.
Mrs. Merkel looks up from her desk. I do have eyes, Mr. Anansi.
Yeah, they on your head. So that means you saw Jackson knock the... No?
This is the second door this year, Mr. Anansi.
Yes, Mrs. Merkel. And you like... If anyone was looking like very closely at him, you almost can see like his ears droop, and you'll watch him like go and like pick up the door and like try to like put it back in place. And now at some point it's just leaning on one of the lockers.
You take your seat. Jackson sits next to you and leads over. Dude, we missed you at the party this weekend. Where were you? You like totally bailed.
Oh, homecoming game's coming up, so I had to, get some extra training in. You know how my mom and dad get. They want me to be the best as I can be.
Dick was talking about how lame it was that you like ditched so early.
Well, you tell Dick that I miss Dick and I know Dick missed me, okay? Wait, don't.
Yeah, I'll tell him that. Do you want to tell him that yourself?
No, shut up. You was listening. You know what I meant.
More students start filtering in. Valley sitting next to you is a question for my players. I know we've established uniforms. Is this the sort of CW TV show where the cheerleaders are in uniform all the time, even though there's not a football game?
Absolutely.
Is this our Glee universe?
Yeah.
Because Valley is absolutely wearing hers. And while it does show a little too much midriff for her liking, she has on a full long-sleeved turtleneck to mitigate the sexiness of the uniform.
Respect.
Fantastic. Valley sitting next to you is another girl, also in a cheerleading outfit, full midriff out, bare arms. Similar to you, also a gold cross necklace around her neck. This is Faith.
Yes, Faith, Pearson, and I are best friends, technically. Faith is the pastor's daughter of the church that they attend together. Basically, Faith is everything that Valley is supposed to be, what her parents want her to be.
Hi, Valley.
Good morning, Faith. How are you?
Oh, blessed as always.
Oh, I am the same.
I don't know if you noticed. It's going to be announced in the announcements today, but Michael and I are up for homecoming court.
Was there any doubt that you guys would be? You're the perfect couple.
I know. And she is twirling her purity ring as she says this.
Valley just looks at it for a second and something kind of passes over her face of just like envy and longing kind of all rolled into one.
As she says this, Faith is looking over her shoulder at where Michael is sitting next to Yakubu. Michael is not staring longingly at Faith. He is staring longingly at Yakubu. Well, I know that our reign is almost guaranteed. I mean, I suppose there is always the option for people to write in other people to be in the homecoming court, but clearly Michael and I are the obvious choice. I've already picked out a dress.
What does it look like? Why didn't you take me shopping with you? I wanted to go.
Well, I haven't bought it yet, so maybe you could come with me while we do that.
Oh my gosh, I would love to.
Oh, Valley, you are so good.
And you're so good too. And I think they do like a little like secret Christian like cross themselves Jesus type handshake.
Secret Christian handshake.
Yeah, the secret Christian handshake, something that they like developed over their time in youth group.
They definitely hold each other's hands and do the sign of the cross on each other.
Yeah, it's very that vibe.
Yeah, and it's obnoxious. It's disgusting
It
to watch.
absolutely is the most obnoxious thing you will ever see. And I think Faith does it like very full out. And when Valley does it, it looks like a very intentionally practiced, precise. There's no joy in it. It's very mechanical when she does it.
I love it. As the first bell nears, next to you, Yakubu, Jackson tosses a note forward towards Faith, and she starts reading it and smiling, but doesn't say anything, just tucks it into her backpack. Also entering at this point is just a beautiful, beautiful boy, Tomas, who looks at Yakubu for a second, again, somewhat longingly, before taking his seat. Faith is also looking at him somewhat longingly.
I think Yakubu clocks that for a second. He's like, oh. And he says, oh, way too loud. And it's like, clamps his hand over his mouth.
Jackson says, you all right, man?
Nah, just putting it all together. You know what I mean? Big brain over here. I'll put it all together.
Sure, man. The rest of these students start filing in. Rochelle, quite late, snuffing out a cigarette as she takes her seat in the back. Ace, who you all know is the school mascot, the titular Triton himself. Quinn, a young woman in like bright pink patent leather Doc Martens with her school uniform. And B, dressed in all black as befitting a stage technician for the theater club, who, as she passes, drops a note on Yakubu's desk.
Yakubu very slyly lay down on it and slowly pull it up to read it.
You owe me money.
And he very visibly cringes.
She just flashes her eyebrows at you.
And he gives her a very weak, shaky thumbs up.
Mrs. Merkel stands. All right, class, we have a new student joining us today. I hope you will make them feel very welcome. Come on in. And entering into this homeroom, almost with kind of like a wind machine catching their hair and their uniform as they're entering, immediately catching everyone's attention. Janaya, can you introduce your character?
As I enter the room, I am trying to figure out the door situation because it seems to be broken, and I'm trying to slide through it in hopes that it will stay up on the wall, but then it just hits the ground. And so I'm fluttering about, and Camden says, sorry, everyone.
Valley immediately gets up and comes and helps with the door.
Sable bumps into Valley I got it. You're good.
No, it's all right. I've got it. I can help.
I think several other students moved to try to help this new mysterious student with the door.
Yeah.
Everyone is feeling chivalrous today.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but Yakubu bursts out laughing. When he sees it fall. His laugh is like booming and obnoxious. You know, 3 rooms down there hearing him laugh.
And upon that response, Camden looks up at Yakubu with that haunting new person stare, and no like anger or aggression or anything towards him, just curiosity. My character's name is Camden Liffey. Their pronouns are they, them. They are an innocent, beautiful, displaced teen who just moved from the big city to a small town due to a loss in their family. Camden's look is very season 3 Ashley Kerwin in Degrassi when, Ashley cuts her hair super short.
I immediately know what you're talking about.
But with Camden's scenario, Camden has what people will not recognize just yet, but very long, textured auburn hair that they currently have tied up in a bun. They have nervous eyes, chestnut brown skin, and soft, thin lips that gravitate people's gaze often. Their nails are painted, but clear, and their hair is the only color that they have on their entire body, with the exception of their chestnut skin. So they walk in and also have this layered school uniform sort of situation where it's not leather or pleather, but it's more so additional belts and bits and bobs to make it look somewhat individual while still blending in with the community. And so they're still trying to work on this door and apologizing with, sorry, Miss Merkel, is it?
Yes.
Sorry about the door, ma'am. Entirely my fault. I didn't know it was broken.
I assure you, Camden, it was not your fault, she says, staring daggers at Yakubu.
Valley puts her hand on Camden's shoulder and just nods. It's absolutely not your fault.
Camden, what playbook are you?
I am the mortal. None of them would understand what you have here in this dark and secret place. It's beautiful. They'd warn you that this sort of beauty is dangerous, like a raging fire. Well, some things are worth getting burned for. Love has eclipsed all hope, and the dark has left you feeling beautiful.
Camden is joining us from the city. I hope that you will make them feel welcome, especially considering this is our Spirit Week. Camden, would you like to say anything about yourself?
Camden's, at this point, visibly shaking, their whole entire body, even down to the legs and thighs, and just doesn't really know what to say because they look around the room and at all the people and recognize only Jackson and say, oh, what a treat. For those of you who don't know, Jackson and I are not relatives, but close in family. And they are part of the reason why I'm here.
Yeah, Rat's fucking my dad.
Yeah, just, again, a burst of laughter from Yakubu.
Right. My Aunt Minnie is with Jackson's father. And I moved here from the big city, as Miss Merkel said, for a bit of a quieter life.
Well, isn't that a fun fact?
It's a fact, all right.
Once again, Camden is still staring at Yakubu. Quite frankly, has not blinked necessarily anytime that they are looking in Yakubu's direction, but anytime that the condensation starts to go, they turn and look away and blink, but then just hyper-focus, come right back.
Well, Camden, I believe we have an empty seat right here in the front. And Quinn, one of the only other students here that you recognize, is excitedly tapping the desk right in front of her for you to sit.
Oh, hey, Quinn. Good to see you.
Hi! Oh my, I didn't know that you were starting today. This is so exciting.
Oh, yeah, a bit earlier than expected, but, things change, so.
Camden and I work at the craft store together.
Yeah, we work at Knits and Knobs together, and it's pretty cool.
They said knits.
Valley, on her way back to her seat, just gives Yakubu a look of like, could you please stop?
Yeah, Yakubu gives you the same, shrugging. What do you expect from me? This is me.
And Valley rolls her eyes and sits back down, very straight in her chair.
Mrs. Merkel stands and begins to take a roll, moving through the students. B, present. Jace, sorry. Ace, here. Dick Talbot, absent. Interesting.
I think that one gets him. And he's going to kind of lean over to Jackson and be all like, Dick wants to see me so bad. Where is he? But y'all said he was partying.
I haven't seen him since Saturday.
Saturday. Oh, yeah, no, I was busy Saturday, obviously, important stuff. Whatever, he'll be fine.
And right as you say this, Jackson's dad, the sheriff of Talbot Falls, enters and pulls Mrs. Merkel aside out into the hallway. If you all just mind yourselves, go read something, study.
As the sheriff shows up, I immediately turn to Jackson and I go, "What is he doing here? What is your dad doing here?"
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
What? Do you think my dad consults me on police business?
Yeah, he's your dad. He obviously would be telling you these things. It just doesn't make any sense.
I think he was at the Talbot house earlier today. Oh, shit.
I just want to point out, Yakubu is 1,000% eavesdropping.
Sable is likewise eavesdropping, but she has decided to pull up on her phone. She runs the school anonymous board, Walls of the Stalls.
Fantastic.
Walls of the Stalls is diabolical, and I love it.
She's the janitor, but no one knows. You're welcome.
XOXO gossip girl.
Absolutely. I approve all content before it gets posted, so I want to see if any content has popped up, any posts potentially about Dick. I like knowing things before anyone else does. Any hot gossip come in yet or nothing?
This is not a mechanic in the game, but it is a mechanic that we engage with a lot in Shadows in the Smoke. I'd like to paint the scene here. If everyone here could rattle off a blind item that is waiting in the queue for Walls of the Stalls, what's some of the high school gossip going on right now?
The first one that I see is definitely someone that posts, "We should all write in Valley for homecoming queen."
Oh,
But it has a little skull and then flames emojis next to it. Yes, who knows what that means.
There is an item in the queue that just says Misty Peters is starting to show.
oh my God.
There's one that says late night snowfall in the theater.
There's definitely a queue in there that's basically like a lost and found for post-party or, post-hangs or whatever. Like, hey, somebody left their cell phone at my house. Is anybody's camera missing? Who left this here? Camden had found this page while searching the forums for information about the school.
There's definitely in your queue, Sable, a somewhat blurry picture taken on somebody's phone of Camden walking into the school that says, "Mysterious new hottie spotted."
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Incredible.
And I think a brief video of Dick Talbot, the richest boy in school, belonging to the wealthiest family in town. His family named the town. And he is having what looks to be a bonfire party out in the forest. It's a quick 3-second clip of him slamming down a beer from Saturday night.
Hell yeah.
I clock that. I delete the video.
Okay.
But I post everything else that's in the queue waiting to go up on the site. People need to know about this hot, mysterious new person at school.
Faith is checking her phone and sees the update from Walls of the Stalls. Valley, I didn't know that you were running for homecoming court.
Valley goes more still than she already is, and Faith is actually interrupting her because ever since the sheriff showed up, Valley has been boring a hole in the back of this man's head. And she turns back to Faith. What are you talking about?
Homecoming court. You're running?
No. Faith, what are you talking about? I don't have any interest in that. That's your thing. That's not my thing.
Are you sure, Faith? Because I saw this post, and I don't know why anyone would suggest voting you in as a member of homecoming court, unless perhaps it was to possibly embarrass you?
Valley is really quiet for a moment because Valley lives in this very specifically curated space between visible and untouchable. She's not disliked. People are afraid of Faith, but people generally like Valley. They just don't understand her. But she is a person that is reliable. She always has extra notes for people. She's always there to help immediately if someone needs something. She's a teacher's pet. But she is relatively well liked, but kind of continues to fly under the radar so she doesn't piss Faith off. So she's definitely surprised and kind of caught off guard by this announcement from Faith.
Listen, Valley, I'm just looking out for you. I mean, if you posted this, then you should tell me. It's just, I would hate for it to have been someone else and they're posting it because they want to, like, prank you or something because they know that you wouldn't win.
Faith, come on. You know how my mom feels about social media. She never lets me get on those things, especially when I'm at home. So, like, Faith, I didn't post it.
Are you sure you didn't ask someone to do it for you?
No, who would I ask?
Well, I was just looking out for you, Valley.
I know, Faith, and I appreciate it, but I promise you, I didn't post it. I didn't ask anyone to post it. I'm honestly shocked that someone did. And I mean, come on, Faith, no one's going to vote for me. They're going to vote for you.
That's right. Faith gets on her phone. Sable, something new is in the queue for Walls of the Stalls.
Oh, fantastic. Let's review. Sable, like, is looking at Faith while she's typing and then sees it come into her inbox and is like, interesting.
It says, Valley McAllister is a stuck-up loser. Don't vote for her.
I'd post it.
Valley wouldn't know about it. Her phone is like not a smartphone. Her parents insist that she's not on social media because the devil lives inside the internet. So she is not allowed access to those types of things. So she is one of the few girls that's like actively not on social media at all at the school, which is definitely a point of conversation. So she would not see this and she would likely not suspect that Faith would have posted something like that.
No, why would she? She's so virtuous.
Valley thinks so. This is the person that her parents want her to emulate.
What else is going on during these several now long minutes of this unsupervised homeroom?
Oh, I've definitely turned over my shoulder and been like, hey, B, are you going with anyone to the game or to homecoming? I need a second shooter.
That could be fun, I guess. Yeah, sure. Count me in.
Cool. Great. I have gear for you. I'll get you set up after class.
Priya, right next to you, is just like boring a hole with her eyes into her desk.
I definitely think that Yakubu kind of like is like reaching back and is like psst, psst, to like Nagi to try to get her attention.
Poor Nagi, who is probably about my height, like 4'11", just absolutely being dwarfed by the mountain of a teenager that is Yakubu. All she can see is you.
Yeah.
Nagi, hey, you know anything about Dick? No, like the guy, your seatmate next to you.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not. No, I ain't being fresh. I promise.
He was having his annual pre-homecoming party in the woods on Saturday. I wasn't invited to something like that. I assume you were.
Well, you know they've been like bear attacks and everything like that. Like he didn't read about that in the news or nothing.
Okay, Yakubu, how many bears have you seen in this forest?
I don't have to answer that. I do not have to answer that. We're getting sidetracked. Now he's like leaning down conspiratorially, which is very scary because again, now he's just dwarfing over her. Hey, you used to be in yearbook and everything like that, right?
Yeah, I used to be. And Yakubu, I think you even remember the failed promposal that Nagi gave to Sable last year at prom that Sable turned down and then Nagi very quietly dropped out of yearbook and dropped out of Sable's life.
Yep. And I think he does. And I think that's why he's kind of like using his little amount of like pull and a knowledge of the happenings of the school for this exact moment. You don't happen to have like copies of like photos from last year, right? I think there was something, there's like a picture of me on the football field that I really, really need. You know what I mean? And I think you'd be the perfect person to find that for me.
I may have kept a key to the yearbook office.
What are the odds of you letting me procure that little key?
Well, I don't know. What are you going to do for me?
Nagi, we've been seatmates for like the past couple months, baby. Come on.
Uh-huh. What are you going to do for me?
His eyes flick just for a moment over to B as he's like, oh no, I've got myself in another situation. What do you want?
Dude, you got to learn how to negotiate. If you want something, you got to offer something.
This is a negotiation. You've turned this into a hostage situation. Look, wait. And he like kind of looks over his shoulder and like somehow gets quieter, even though like his voice is very resonant. What if I help you get back at Sable? That bitch over there, what she did to you was wrong. Everybody knows it. What if I embarrassed her for you?
You would do that?
Yeah, it's easy for you, Yakubu.
Meet me at lunch then.
Yeah, lunch. You, me, lunch together. Meet there. Yeah.
She shakes her hand.
Yeah, and it's like his hand just like dwarfs hers and he like shakes very gently. You'll see him kind of like turn and he'll like flick through like his phone for a second. You'll see him go through his photo gallery and you'll see there's like a message that he had gotten sent from one of his older sisters that says, "Is this you?" and there's a massive furry creature wearing like football pads, and it's like he's pulling off his helmet. Luckily, he was moving just fast enough that the number is blurred, but Yakubu knows that's him. And he doesn't know how his sister saw this picture, and now it's fluctuating, and the only people that take pictures of the athletes are usually the yearbook.
Camden, while all this is going on, Mrs. Merkel is still in the hallway with Jackson's dad, the sheriff. At this point, whispers are circulating that a student has gone missing. But what are you doing in the midst of all of this? This is all so much drama for your first day.
Right. I'm very slowly but surely taking it all in, kind of like a sponge, but I'm trying to glance around the room, and I didn't get a good look at every single person because Yakubu was distracting my eyes in the first meeting.
Yeah, he does that.
Well, he often does that when you're 6'6" in a very small room, but I'm going through my phone and I'm checking these Reddit messages, and I'm looking at a previous conversation that I had with someone, and they mentioned they went to Hemlock High. And I'm trying to figure out who that person is, so I just shoot a quick text over Reddit saying like, hey, I don't know if you're out there, but I just started here at Hemlock High. Would you want to meet for lunch?
Sable, your phone buzzes.
Sable pulls her phone out of her pocket, sees that she got a message in Reddit, and she starts sweating because she knows what it's going to be about. And she opens it, looks at it, starts to message back, deletes the message, starts to type another message, deletes that, puts her phone face down on her desk for a second, looks at it again, and then texts back, I might be busy during lunch, maybe after school? ?
Camden pulls out their phone and sees the message and kind of sinks in their chair for a little bit, replies and says, yeah, no worries. It's just been a crazy day at school and I was hoping to talk to somebody. There's a missing kid in our class and I don't really know what's going on, so I wanted to get some more intel.
As soon as Sable gets that message, she now knows that the person has to be someone in the class. Uh-oh. Do I like any of these people?
And you're like looking back at like everyone who's on their phones. You're like, crap.
Yeah. Sable, you look around, everyone is on their phone right now texting.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God.
Valley is sitting, like, writing notes, has a textbook out, highlighters, like, everything is meticulously organized on the desktop. She's the only one not on her phone.
Incredible.
Camden, this seems like a good opportunity for you to read a couple of your moves for us. Can you read True Love?
You always have exactly one lover. The first is chosen during your backstory. If you ever fall in love with someone else instead, give them a string and they become your new lover. You always carry one forward to earning your lover's heart or fancy.
And who is your lover right now?
My lover is Sable Finch.
There we go. Related to that, you have another move. Excuses are my armor. Could you read that?
When you ignore some blatant problem with your lover or how they treat you, mark experience.
Camden, I think you should mark experience, considering Sable just blew you off.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be devastating because I don't know that I'm doing this.
What I do want to point out, Yakubu is like, whatever Valley's writing, he's copying. Yakubu put himself behind Valley purely to cheat off of her papers. And again, he doesn't have to try because again, he is dwarfing over her and he sees what she's writing and he's like,
Valley knows that Yakubu does this, and from underneath her spiral notebook that she's writing in, she just pulls out a pre-written set of notes and just hands it over her shoulder to him.
And Yakubu's gonna like very like swiftly like take it, and he kind of like clutches your hand and gives it like a quick squeeze and will like take it, and he mutters like just under his breath, always watching out.
At the hand squeeze, Valley yanks her hand away very quickly. That is so inappropriate.
He's just trying to be nice. Just trying to be nice.
Valley, can you roll shut someone down?
Oh, okay, hold on.
Hand holding this early into the session? My God.
How dare you touch me? I'm a Christian woman. That's a 7.
All right. On a 7 to 9, you may choose one from below, but Yakubu gives you a condition.
Let's see. Where did I put my strings at?
I know you have one on me.
I have 1 on you. You have 2 on me. I don't mind you having those. I think I'm going to take the 1 forward.
Okay. Yakubu, what is the condition you want to give Valley?
I think I want to give her the condition lingering touch.
Oh, okay.
Cute. Very cool.
Several more minutes pass until eventually Mrs. Merkel enters the classroom with Sheriff Shaw. All right, students. Dick Talbot's parents have been informed that he has gone missing as of the last several days. Sheriff Shaw will be hanging around the school today and the next few days to ask some of the students about what they know. If you have any information, I would appreciate it if you came forward. We're going to go ahead and fast forward to lunch. Who wants to roleplay class? No one is ever in school on my CW high school shows.
No.
No,
Homework.
this was enough class.
Yeah, class is boring. Let's go to lunch. Yakubu, you and Nagi meet up outside of the yearbook office.
Bring the thing.
I did. And she withdraws a small silver key and puts it in your hand. All right, I can hang out near the door. Keep an eye out for Sable and her little flying monkey.
Whoa. Priya's kind of nice. She's sweet. Deep down.
Yeah, she's fine.
Do you even know her? Have you two even talked before?
Yeah, we used to be friends, if you believe that.
Oh, y'all got some kind of like friendship vortex going on where one of you just takes from the other. Oh, that's... I said that out loud, didn't I?
You did. Are you going to go in?
Yeah, no. And he's like, turns in and is like unlocking it and will try and as mission impossible as possible, sneak on in.
I think like this is a good opportunity for keep your cool.
Yeah.
When you keep your cool and act despite fear, name what you're afraid of and roll with cold. On a 10 plus, you keep your cool and gain insight. Ask the MC a question about the situation and take 1 forward to acting on that information. On a 7 to 9, the MC will tell you how your actions would leave you vulnerable, and you can choose to back down or go through with it. So I feel like there is a lot that could go wrong here with you sneaking into the yearbook office.
I most assuredly believe his biggest fear is leaving a trace, because Yakubu knows he is a bull in a china shop. So he knows he needs to he doesn't know what he's looking for. He's going to be going through the computers. He's going to be going through the cameras, looking for SD cards. He's going to try to do a gentle smash and grab. But that is the problem, is that if this place turns up, even with the smallest amount of damage, everyone's going to know it's him, because that's what he's known for.
So go ahead and roll 2d6 plus cold.
Which my cold is a -1.
Oops.
That is a 4 and a 1, which makes a 5 minus 1, which is a 4, baby. Give me that experience. I earned that.
Yakubu, please mark experience.
Yay.
And you muscle your way in here and I believe just find Sable and Priya working on the yearbook in this locked yearbook office.
I think it's B also, because at lunch I out loud in the room said that I was going to get her set up with the camera.
Oh, yeah.
So I would have gone to the yearbook room anyways to get her all the camera gear.
Yes, B is here as well. B looks up from her camera at you, Yakubu. Well, if it isn't the person that I wanted to see, did you bring it?
Oh, well, no, that's why I'm here. Sable said she was going to help me out with that. Right, Sable?
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. Right after I finish giving B her cameras?
Yeah, the cameras. B, you know about the cameras. That was what was agreed upon.
No, it wasn't, Yakubu.
Well, correct, but monetary value of the camera, you know what I mean? It is kind of crazy that the yearbook would be selling cameras that don't belong to her, but it's whatever. And I think he says it a little too loud for it to echo through the hallway.
While all this is happening, you hear Nagi just absolutely ditch you. Just the sound of her shoes running down the hallway.
I think it's a familiar squeak, though. She wears the same shoes. So it's clear that it was not everybody knows.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Sable. You clock it. Also, you know how many keys there are to the yearbook office.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was locked.
I was played from the get-go.
Hey, Yakubu, I don't like that you're implying that I'm just giving these cameras away. We get them as a part of yearbook. B's just taking it out on loan. She's going to be a second shooter for me tonight for the game.
Sable, Yakubu owes me $300.
Holy shit.
And he is implying that I'm supposed to steal this camera. That's probably a problem.
Oh, is that what you're doing here? Shoot. I mean, the door was locked. I got in. I see the handoff. I'm just trying to make sense of it myself. I mean, the sheriff's here. If we want to talk about that.
So you broke into the yearbook office?
No, I got a key. He shows the key. Can't break in when you got a key.
I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Of course. And it would be very good. And as he hands it to you and you get a hold of it, you very much can tell you're not getting that key until he lets go. It would be very wise for you to keep your eye on this and off of people who don't want bad publicity. You hearing me?
I'm not concerned with bad publicity. I am the publicity.
No. You're misinterpreting. And he's like pulling the key from your grasp, and you probably feel yourself moving closer to him. I'm telling you to stay away from other people and their publicity. It can be bad for your health.
Okay, I'll be sure to tell our yearbook moderator that I won't be on top of publicity for the school for the rest of the year. Like, I don't know what you want me to do right now.
Nah, I think you're understanding very well. And he kind of like flicks his eyes to be, listen, we'll handle our business when we gotta handle it. But as of right now, I'm happy to have talked to both of you and returned a lost piece of property.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Y'all stay here and do what y'all was doing, which definitely wasn't illegal, with the sheriff being here. He's gonna try to amble his way out with a big smile and like slam the door shut behind him.
Yakubu, take the condition snitch.
Most certainly.
100%. Which is why I turn around and go to B and Priya. So that was really weird, right? Am I reading that moment wrong?
No, yeah, everything that just happened was extremely weird.
Okay. Like, I understand that he owes you money, but why was I'm not even gonna pretend to understand what's going on in his head.
Why did he have a key?
Nagi,
Oh my god.
you heard the shoes?
You're so right.
It's fine. She can do what she wants and...
Priya leans forward. She's like, I just didn't know that she kept the key to the yearbook office. That's kind of sad.
Oh, well, I mean, there are only 3 and it's good to have someone with a backup.
Yeah, but Nagi?
Yeah, what's wrong with Nagi?
Well, I just thought that you weren't with... I thought that she wasn't in yearbook anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't mean she's not trustworthy. We don't hang out anymore, but why do you have something against Nagi, Priya?
No. Why would you... Sable, why would you say that?
Okay, no, it's totally fine. Sable takes Priya's camera bag away from her and is like, hey, hold on, let me just make sure B gets this. Hands it over to B and is like, here you go. Everything you have is in there. I have like a little instruction PDF printout in there. Everything's really simple. Everything basically shoots itself. So like you don't have to worry about it. Anyone could do it. And she like kind of side eyes Priya.
Incredible.
I do want to get B out of the room for a second though, and then turn to Priya and say, hey, sorry, today's just been really stressful. There's a lot going on, Dick missing and everything. You don't know why Yakubu came in here, do you?
I don't really know. I didn't think that he really cared about yearbook or all that stuff he was saying about publicity. Like, he's on the football team. We're going to take pictures of him.
I don't know. I feel like there has to be something in here. And she's just pulling up the computer, starting to go through files, starts pulling up the photos from the game on Friday. It's like, well, this is the last time we shot him. Let me see if there's anything in here. I don't know. This is all really weird. And is scrolling through photos. And then I think comes across a couple weird blurry photos. Huh. Did you take these? These are horrible.
They're moving, Sable.
Okay, but like...
They're gonna be blurry.
There's an autofocus on the camera. Okay, hold on. Let me just... She's scrolling. And then I think she sees the photo that was sent to Yakubu's sister. Huh. Interesting. Sable drags it into an email, sends it to herself. Priya, did you see this photo before?
I took like 100 pictures. I don't closely look at all of them.
Okay, well, that's obvious. Okay, that's probably nothing. This probably isn't even it. Didn't they lose that game anyways? And she's just closing all the files folders, drags the original copy of the photo to the trash can, right click, empty trash can.
Sable, take a sympathetic token on Yakubu.
Incredible, I will.
Doesn't feel very sympathetic.
Empty trash. You're good.
We have strings as a resource in the game that people can use to tempt other characters, both player characters and NPCs, to do what they want. But the witch also has a separate resource that she is tracking, which is sympathetic tokens. And in this case, with you being on the yearbook, they are pictures of other students.
Ah, yes. So convenient.
Let's go elsewhere during lunch. Valley, what are you up to?
Valley is walking through the lunchroom carrying a tray. Very healthy, no sweets, protein-centric, a carton of milk, whatever the meat of the day is from the school, and a salad. She sees the cheerleader table, which is where she would normally be sitting at lunch today, but then she also clocks Camden sitting by themselves across the lunchroom and wanting to make this new person feel welcome in what is likely feeling like a kind of unsafe environment. I think Valley tosses a little wave to her cheerleader girlies and then walks up to Camden's table. Hi, would you like some company?
Oh, that's really nice. Thank you. Sure, if you'd like.
And Valley sits down and starts meticulously straightening the tray so it's just the right angle against like the roundness of the table. I'm Valley, by the way. Camden, right?
Yeah, Camden with a Y.
Very cool. It's a pretty name.
Thank you. It was a family name on my mom's side.
Very cool. Mine too. My great aunt was named Minnow, but everyone called her Valley. And so that's what I got named. My parents are big on keeping it in the family.
Well, you know, the minnow and valley, the land and the sea, right? I don't.
Yeah, it's cool. It's definitely a unique name. And I kind of always feel like I'm climbing up a hill. So, and she starts to meticulously cut into like the chicken on her plate for something to do.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on the other hand, looking at Camden's lunch, it's literally just like peak high school slop. They just did not know what to get, and they're looking through, going to the lunch person and just being like, whatever you have, please. And it's just like the full shot of the spoon slapping down on their lunch tray. And you're like, oh, okay, great. So Camden's like picking through it with a fork, trying to figure out what part of it to eat first.
Valley notices this and eyeballs the potatoes and just gives Camden a look. Be careful with those.
Got it. Thanks. You know, first day and all, I'm just trying to get a lay of the land here, and I notice you're a cheerleader. Do you know a lot about this school or the people around it, perchance?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up here. My parents are a little protective, so I've been a little sheltered, which I'm like not ashamed to admit. It's pretty much a known fact about me. Spend a lot of time at church, so I'm pretty well shielded from some of like the sketchier stuff that goes on. But if there's something specific you're after, I might be able to help you find it out.
I mean, just the sketchiness of what you brought up. Everything seems a little off here. You know, I'm from a very fast-paced big city right over next door. And ever since I came here, I just felt like things have slowed down drastically. But my mind has just been racing already. I know now what 4 people and a friend that I met online who I've been trying to find.
Well, I won't be able to help you much with the online part of it. My parents don't let me have social media, so I don't know any of the stuff that goes on there. Talbot Falls, it's kind of one of those places where everybody knows everybody else's business and secrets kind of don't stay secret for very long. So if you have any skeletons in your closet, I would make sure you take care of them.
Noted. Thank you. And I immediately, like, my shoulders start to rise as high as they can to my ears, just because I am immediately waiting for the inevitable, so what do you do? What's your life? Where did you come from? You know, but Valley's not asking that for any reason. Camden's like trying to dig under their nails and figure out like what to say next, because in reality, I think they're just desperately looking for their partner, their person. And now knowing that Valley is not that, and Valley's the only person that's come up to them and had a conversation with them, they're like, oh God, I have to go around this giant lunch hall and be like, my betrothed, where are you?
Yeah, as this is going on, Ace, the school mascot, walks by with a bunch of students and points you out and says, that's them, mysterious new hottie.
Oh,
Valley turns around to Ace. I imagine Ace being already in like the mascot, but like carrying like the head with him through the lunchroom for some reason. That's very much like the beat.
I like it.
And Valley has seen like the discomfort that is all over Camden, sees the raised shoulders, like recognizes like the discomfort, the trauma of whatever is going on in their mind right now, and gets like very defensive. Ace, why don't you put on your head and rotate it and walk away from this table?
Shut someone down.
Okay. So I have a 4 and a 2 on the dice. For 6 plus 2 is 8.
On a 7 to 9, choose one from the list below, but you gain a condition.
Can we take strings on side characters?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I'm going to take a string on Ace.
Okay, go ahead. Chill, Valley. I didn't realize you'd already laid claim to the new kid.
It's not about laying claim, Ace. They're clearly uncomfortable, so why don't you just give it a rest? Why don't you go bark up someone else's tree for once?
Take the condition in love with the new kid.
Oh my God, that is the most high schooler thing. Oh God.
Somewhere, Sable, you get a new blind item in your queue that is a picture of Valley and Camden having lunch, and it says, Christian girl has a new partner.
I snort laughing and I just post.
It's just immediate.
Sable said I'm really lax with the posting requirements.
There are very few and it's just nobody knows but Sable knows.
Because you're the janitor.
I'm the janitor.
Messy.
As Ace walks away with their lackeys, I turn to Valley and I say, thank you. You didn't have to do that. That was way too nice for someone that you don't know.
Well, that's what we're called to do. Strangers are just friends we don't know very well yet. You're new, and Ace is kind of a garbage human sometimes. So just be careful with him.
Noted. Thank you. And then Camden opens up their phone and just has like a notes app going. Just like all the things that have been happening today.
Incredible.
This person seems okay.
Yeah, it's like a Dear Diary, but not like, I don't think Camden is a diary doer, but it very much is like, I can't wait to talk to my person about this and tell them what a crazy day today was, since so much has happened and I don't want to forget anything.
Let's move to after school. The final bell rings and Yakubu Nagi seeks you out. It takes a second for you to clock because she's like a foot and a half shorter than you. So I didn't stay, but it sounded like it didn't go well at the yearbook.
No, it went about as good as it happens when the lookout doesn't tell me that everybody in the yearbook club was in the yearbook room.
I told you I was going to watch the hallway. That's on you for entering an already occupied room.
Ooh, your political campaign is going to be great one day. Ooh.
Speaking of, I just told you I'd give you the key. Now you need to make good on your promise.
You'll hear about it tomorrow.
I better.
Offers Nagi like a sly wink as he like walks away, and I think like you'll see for a minute a tiny flash of gold in Yakubu's eyes as he does indeed have plans for embarrassing Sable.
How do you make good on your promise to Nagi? What do you do to Sable?
Yakubu knows that Sable works late for Yearbook Club, and he also knows that she doesn't have a means of getting home, like any kind of vehicle, so she'll probably go back to her locker, grab her keys, grab her wallet, stuff like that, and that is the place that he decides to embarrass her. He makes sure that no one is around, that it is late in the school day. Everyone is returned home. He finds Sable's locker, and we watch as his hands become these spotted, furry masses and claws. He has drawn his claw across the metal of your locker and has torn it out. It is a ripped and jagged form, and it's bent into a heart, and carved into the metal is, "Will you go to homecoming with me?"
Sable, your day's ending. You head back to your locker, and that is what you see.
Sable immediately sits on the floor, back against the lockers, trying not to freak out, trying not to hyperventilate. She knows with Dick missing, something horrifying is happening. All the stuff with Yakubu threatening her vaguely earlier today, dealing with Priya being Priya always, and now just feeling so emotionally overwhelmed and not knowing how to deal with that and handling those emotions. She whips out her phone, pulls up her thread with her mystery online lover, and starts writing, "I'm so sorry. I bailed on you for lunch today. I really don't want to mess this up. I have a really hard time opening up to people, and I feel like I can be myself around you, and I'm nervous to meet you in person, but I think it's really important. I'm really scared. I don't want to do things without you. You mean so much to me. I'd do anything for you. Are you still at school? I would really like to meet you."
Camden's locking up for the day, and I would assume they run into Jackson, and there's a quick aside of hey, do you need a ride home or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
As soon as that happens, get a ping on my phone. I read the message back, And immediately, tears start to well up in my eyes a little bit, but they're happy tears. They're not concerned or worried or sad. It's finally just like more so relief tears. And I look up at Jackson and just say, you know what? I'm good. I think I want to make sure I know how to walk home just in case you're not there to drive me.
Sounds pretty smart. All right, see you later.
And then I get back into the thread with my mystery person.
This has also taken long enough that I think Sable has at this point responded with another question mark. And then also another, like, you don't have to if you don't want to. I don't want to pressure you in any way. I'm so sorry.
Camden immediately gets back in the thread and says, yes, I am so happy to meet up with you. Is there a good place that we should meet?
Yeah, ... I think you need to see this, ... And then her locker number, South Hall by the U.S. History Room.
Hey, sorry, a little lost. Do you have any good indicators that would take me to South Hall?
Sable immediately knows who her person is and gets up and starts wandering, because the only person who wouldn't know what the layout of the school is the person who had never been to this school before. And you hear Sable go, Camden? Camden?
And I hear that, and I'm trying to, find it. It's the most distant voice, and it's one of those hot or cold situations. And I just shout back, who is this?
Sable just immediately walks down the hallway, finds Camden. Hi.
Hi.
Hemlock High is a Kitten Marlowe production, edited and produced by Kim Dalton. This episode featured a theme song written and performed by Jason Myers, with additional lyrics by Kim Dalton. You can find out more about us by visiting kittenmarlowe.com, signing up for our newsletter, or following us on socials. For Discord access, exclusive cast talkbacks, TTRPG materials, and more, visit patreon.com/kittenmarlowe and join the coolest kids in school, our Kitten Marlowe patrons, in supporting artist-driven storytelling. Thanks for listening. Psst. Do you have a blind item for the wall? Head to wallsofthestalls.com. Password, between classes. One word, no spaces. Have fun.